This gentleman is making his major league debut tomorrow on the hill for the Pirates, a 2020 second-round pick of the team, a guy who really impressed, did not allow an earned run in over 16 innings this spring. Very excited to talk to him on the eve of a very big day for him. Jared Jones on the line with us right now. Jared, Chris Muller back up here north in Pittsburgh. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing awesome. First off, I'll say this. Congratulations on making the opening day roster as a rookie. That doesn't happen often anywhere in baseball. When, if at all, did it sink in for you that this is happening, that you're going to be starting tomorrow in this game?
It still hasn't sunk in at all. I was watching the game yesterday. Yeah, I'm going to go do that in 2 days. But I feel once I step on the field and get on the mound, it'll probably hit a little bit.
Obviously people know that you were lights out in spring. You were performing at a very high level. And there was definitely, in our world, in the media world, fans wondering, speculation, if you were going to make the roster right off the bat. Like it maybe didn't come as a total shock in our world. Did Derek Shelton, did they play any kind of a prank on you? I hear this all the time when guys get the call up from the minors, they get usually pranked. Were they able to do anything like that for you? Yeah,
so they called me into the office. It was Sherrington and Shelton in the office, and Sherrington started off first saying, I've thrown 120 innings the past 2 years. It's unprecedented for me to go out and throw 200 in the big leagues. And I was like, yeah, all this stuff makes sense. They kept going with that narrative, and I was just waiting for them to rip the Band-Aid off. And it's like, dude, tell me I'm going to AAA. It's not the end of the world. I'll be up sooner than later, but he handed it over to Shelton. Shelton looked at me and said, congrats, man. And I go, what? And he goes, yeah, you're coming with us to Miami. And I was just shocked.
Who's the first phone call once you get, out of that room? Obviously huge moment for you. Who's the first person you tell?
My dad. Yeah. It took me less than about a minute to get outside and call my dad right after I heard the news.
Now, is your dad a crier? Were there happy tears on the other end of the line? Tell me what that was like.
Yeah, we both had some tears in our eyes. I had tears in my eyes before I even called him, and he saw me with tears in my eyes, and I cracked a smile, and he knew right away, and then he started letting them go.
That's an awesome, awesome feeling. So you've got this tomorrow. You're going to be making your major league debut. Can you describe the journey to get to this point? Because I was reading up, obviously watched as much spring ball as I could, but reading kind of the, one major prospect sites kind of read on you, and it talked about your growth from a guy when you got drafted, a thrower, a guy who just had an electric arm, to somebody who would refine the pitching part of this. Can you talk about that development that you've gone through over these last couple of years as a pitcher and not just a guy who can hit triple digits?
Yeah, as cliche as it sounds, there was a lot of ups and downs, especially in my high A year in 22, as that field is not very fun to pitch in. It's 300 to the corners and 370 to center or something like that. So that was
Greensboro's just
learning.
The ultimate launching pad, right? Routine fly balls turn into home runs that go way over.
Yeah, I think I gave up 5-6 home runs that year that were under 85 miles an hour exit velo, and I was just kind of sitting there what's going on? But yeah, I felt like that was my biggest learning year in the minor leagues, learning how to throw all 4 pitches and stuff like that. And then last year was just more of a refining thing and getting right back into it.
When you talk about learning all 4 pitches, was it a thing for you where in high school, I imagine with the arm talent, you can just, you can blow people away, right? How long into your pro career did it take to say okay, I might want to take some off one of these fastballs and location matters? Because I imagine if you're dialing it up in the high 90s in high school, most of those guys are just keeping the bat on their shoulder at that point and just saying, yep, you got me.
Yeah, my favorite game in high school, I threw a 77-pitch perfect game, and 76 pitches of those were fastballs.
You're kidding. So, what was the other pitch? And did you do it as a joke? Was it an ephus pitch?
It was the last pitch of the game. I threw a slider to punch the dude out.
77-pitch perfect game. Okay, so you have that level of dominance, and you're in California, so it's not like that's a place where there aren't baseball prospects, but you're able to do that to another high school team out there. when were you able, like, when did you feel like you had really harnessed command? You mentioned Greensboro, that you started learning how to use them. When did you feel like each pitch that you had in your repertoire became a true weapon for you and not something that you were still working on? Or is that process ongoing for you, Jared?
I felt like that all took place last season. I started off really hot in in AA, and I was throwing all 4 pitches then and there, and it was going really well for me. And then got promoted to AAA, and I had to relearn that AAA strike zone with the ABS system, which wasn't too fun. But, I feel like all of last year, all of that really just took place for me.
Jared Jones, tomorrow's starter for the Pirates, a rookie, makes the opening day rotation, joining us for a couple more minutes here on 93.7 The Fan. You and Skenes, if you guys get in there, you get loosened up, everybody is saying, oh, yeah, you guys can try this one time. It's not going to hurt. You guys both get up on a mound, and you have a radar gun, and you both just try to air it all out to the absolute max. Who's putting a higher number up there?
I'm going to go with him. Definitely him. That guy's an animal. I love watching him throw. I love seeing how he goes through his day by day, and it's just fun watching him work. But I'm definitely going to give it to him.
He is a serious dude. So is Henry Davis. 2 extremely serious guys. Personality-wise, we know that those guys are like stoic, all business. Pirates fans want to know what they're going to get. Jared Jones, the personality. Tell them about yourself, as far as how you like to carry yourself out there on the mound. Are you going to crack a smile? I don't think I've seen one from Skenes or Davis combined yet still on a baseball field.
No, I'm not cracking any smiles on a baseball field. It's all business out there. But maybe in a post-game interview or something like that, you'll see me smile. But yeah, I'm a really serious dude when it comes to the game.
When you consider, just going through your mind right now, I guess is what I want to really get at. You're going to be starting tomorrow. Have you already started mentally visualizing things the way you want to go? How are you trying to handle just the pressure that's going to come with that and just all the emotions that I would imagine are going to be in your mind, in your heart, whatever you want to call it at that moment in time?
Yeah, I don't like to think it's game day, like that mindset for me, until it's time to start stretching and stuff like that. Just try and keep my mind off of it. And that's worked out in the past for me, but as soon as I get on there, my mentality goes day by day.
Is there a Jared Jones superstition on game day? I know you say you don't like to think of it as such. Is there a pregame meal? Wade Boggs famously ate chicken every single day before he played baseball, and then he would drink 64 beers on a cross-country flight. You might not know that story. You might know it. Is there a meal that you're eating or something that you're doing before every start that you cannot change? A creature of habit, a superstitious guy?
Typically, I just jump over the line like every baseball player ever. But, yeah, that's what I've been doing on a day-by-day whenever I go out there. But started spring training, and right before my first spring start, I ate Mexican food and turned in a pretty good start, and I did it again, turned in another pretty good start, and did it again, and turned in maybe another pretty good start. So maybe that will be the new tradition for me.
Another minute or two with Jared Jones, Pirates starter, rookie, who's going to be taking the ball tomorrow in his Major League debut. This spring, did you learn anything about yourself, the way you were performing, that maybe you surprised yourself even in the process of being that dominant, of not allowing an earned run in all those innings pitched? Was there anything like an extra light bulb moment for you that went on where you felt like you had really unlocked something else in your arsenal, Jared?
Yeah, I feel like the one thing I learned, I wouldn't say it's a surprise, but my stuff plays. Not needing to do too much, trying to make the next pitch nastier than what it needs to be. Just go out there and do it myself and just let my stuff play.
Skenes, by the way, said he kind of made waves a couple of weeks ago, and he said people don't realize how much talent is coming up through this system. We're coming Major League Baseball. Get ready. How do you guys push each other? All you pitchers, especially young guys in that rotation. And then maybe what's Mitch like as sort of an elder statesman as far as in-house guys with you?
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. Well, you look down our system, look at the arms we have. It's a fun thing to read, and it's fun to watch them all pitch. We check in all of each other after how the outings go and stuff like that. But Yeah, it's a fun system to go through. And Mitch being here for the longest and staying here for the longest as of right now, he's been a pretty good mentor, letting me know if I ever have any questions and stuff like that, to let him know and go over bullpens and stuff like that. So he's a pretty good guy to have around.
He signed his big extension, and he said he was getting like dominoes, I think, for himself and his wife that night. If, someday, Jared, and we all, of course, hope that this is true, you're signing a big extension with the Pirates, what is the first thing that you're thinking of? Are you calling up for a takeout pizza if you're signing a big multi-year extension like Mitch did?
First thing that came to mind was a Big Mac meal, if I'm being honest.
Extra, and you can afford to do that. Maybe, large size. You don't have to go medium size, right? After
No. I'll get the large Coke and fries.
Last one for you, man, because you mentioned this. You said your stuff plays, right? That was something that maybe didn't surprise you, but it was great to see it. How much at ease that maybe put you, or not even at ease, but how much confidence does that give you, knowing you're going to go into that game tomorrow and knowing in your mind, I don't have to overthrow, I don't have to try to be perfect. I know that what I do naturally is good enough at this level.
Yeah, having that stuff's huge, man. I've always had that doubt, especially like how I said in that high A year I had. I think I gave up like 25 pumps, and I was like, is my stuff good enough for this stuff? Like, did I take the right path? But maturing over the years and stuff like that, and learning how my stuff does play and when it and how it plays, that's given me a really big confidence boost.
Jared Jones, he will make his major league debut tomorrow in Miami for the Pirates against the Marlins. Jared, this was a pleasure, man. Thrilled again for you that you're on the big club starting out this year this way. Congratulations, and thanks for taking a couple minutes with us today, and best of luck tomorrow, man.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.